Hello there. Welcome to Just the Discs. We talk about Blu-rays and 4Ks here. And today I've got a pile of stuff from MVD that I'm going to go through. These are different labels that relate to MVD. And I'm going to start with Blue Underground and their new 4K and a nice running series of 4Ks, by the way. Of The Girl from Rio. Now, this is a Jess Franco movie, and one that I have never seen before, but I'm very curious about, and the artwork is certainly enticing. I know the transfer will be excellent, as they always have been, from Blue Underground. Really doing great work. It says, in the tradition of Barbarella and Danger Diabolic, speaking my language here, comes this swinging 60s action orgy as bisexual supervillain Sumuru, the luscious Shirley Eaton of Goldfinger, launches a diabolical plan to enslave the male species with her army of lusty warrior women. But when Sumuru kidnaps a fugitive American playboy, she crosses a sadistic crime boss, Academy Award winner George Sanders of All About Eve and Village of the Damned, and ignites a battle of the sexes that will bring Brazil to its knees in more ways than one. Richard Weiler and Maria Rome co-star in this kinky cult favorite from producer Harry Alan Towers, The Blood of Fu Manchu, and director Jess Franco, Venus and Furs, also known as Rio 70, Future Women, and The Seven Secrets of Sumuru. The Girl from Rio is now presented in a brand new 4K restoration from the original camera negative, totally uncut and uncensored, with all its eye-popping nudity, torture, and lesbianism in Dolby Vision HDR. So that sounds intriguing to me. Jess Franco doing this kind of movie. I mean, I'll be honest, and I have been on the channel before, but Jess Franco, not necessarily my guy per se, but I totally understand the appeal that he has, and one of the things that's part of that appeal is his flair for the visual. He's a good visual storyteller, and so this seems like a real neat marriage of, his best qualities and a story that fits them. So this sounds like it's going to be kind of a blast. As usual, there are some nice features included here. The 4K, obviously the 4K disc comes with a Blu-ray inside, and the features include a new audio commentary with film historian Nathaniel Thompson and Troy Howarth, a good duo, as I've mentioned previously here. That's the only feature on the 4K, which is always a nice thing to have nothing else interfering with the bitrate on the 4K itself. So that's it for that. And then on the Blu-ray, we have that commentary. We have a new Rockin' in Rio interview with Stephen Thrower, author of Murderous Passions, The Delirious Cinema of Jesus Franco. And I love Stephen Thrower. He of some of the great cult film books out there, and just a great critic that I enjoy. Again, he's a guy that, if he appreciates Franco, I totally feel like I'm missing something, but it's clear that there's an appeal there, and I respect his taste. So curious to hear his thoughts on this, as well as interviews with Jess Franco, producer Harry Alan Towers, and star Shirley Eaton, as well as new additional scenes from the German version, a new riff tracks edition, riff by Mike Nelson, Bill Corbett, and Kevin Murphy. So you get a Mystery Science Theater type thing too, if you're into that, and I am. So that's a nice package from Blue Underground. And like I said, their 4Ks have been second to none, just perfectly straight down the middle great in terms of the transfers and the features. So definitely looking forward to checking out The Girl from Rio. Next up, I'm still just unboxing this, but the Toxic Avenger 4K set. This is a 4-disc Toxic Avenger, Part 2, Part 3, Citizen Toxie, 4-movie set. So they're all 4Ks. The front says 4 4K discs, 4 Blu-rays, a collectible Troma postcard, never before seen introductions by director Lloyd Kaufman, behind the scenes, retro trailers, traumatic features, and more. So this comes in a thin cardboard case, and all the titles are on the back. This is obviously really interesting and solid timing because the new Toxic Avenger, directed by Macon Blair, is just hitting the festival circuit. And I was lucky enough to get a chance to see it at Beyond Fest, and I enjoyed it. It is, I think, an interesting remake in the spirit of the original, and I kind of, if I'm being honest, I kind of like it more than the original. I think Dinklage is really good in it, and it's got a great sense of humor to it. It's very gory. It's very gross. But anyway, so we have all 4 Toxic Avenger movies in 4K with a Blu-ray included. So Troma, I don't think this is their first 4Ks, but just trying to look at the features here. Are they maybe on the... I don't see them listed on the actual disc itself. That doesn't mean that it's not, nothing's included here, but I'm just, I'm going to have to dig into these and figure out what the features are and if they're included on the 4th disc. Obviously, there's the introductions as mentioned, but they're not mentioning them on the back, so I'll have to come back to this. But still, it's very nice to get these. There's the first one, part 2, the first superhero from New Jersey, folks. Part 3, Last Temptation of Toxie. I don't think I've seen 3 or 4. I believe I've seen 1 and 2. And then here's Citizen Toxie, part 4. But, you know, for fans, this is going to be a nice box set of a cult favorite movie. Like, these films were always an integral part of any cult section that I was, you know, seeing in the video stores when I was growing up as a kid. And so to get them in a nice box set of 4Ks like this is pretty cool. And like I said, cult movie fans will be all about it. So that's the Toxic Avenger collection in 4K. Newly restored in 4K, it says on the back here. Very nice. Next up, we have one from Cult Epics. This is called Last Island. And I'm very curious about this one. It says an adult version of Lord of the Flies. I've never heard of this film. It is from the Netherlands from 1990. It says 5 men and 2 women who survive an airplane crash discover that they may be the only survivors of a world disaster. The question arises whether the human race can survive or does mankind destroy itself. Cult Epics presents The Last Island, a futuristic drama featuring Paul Freeman from Raiders of the Lost Ark, Shelley MacLeod, Kenneth Colley from Empire Strikes Back, and British stalwart Patricia Hayes from Willow. The third film in a trilogy by Marlene Goris, produced by Dick Moss and Lawrence Giels, who did Amsterdam and The Lift, which came out from Blue Underground, by the way, on Blu-ray. So, yeah, I like post-apocalyptic stuff. This is all region, by the way. And English language with optional English subtitles. So it's in English. It's written and directed by Marlene Goris. I don't know about the other 2 films in this trilogy, but I'm very curious about them. But, you know, people crash-landed on an island, kind of Robinson Crusoe, Lord of the Flies, etc., etc. New 2K HD transfer from a 35mm print and restoration. It says audio introduction by producer Dick Moss, audio commentary by film scholar Peter Vestraten, behind the scenes of The Last Island, and interview with a Politico columnist Anna Marie Gruel from Cinema 3 from 1990. So, I don't know, but Cult Epics always pulling out, like Mondo Macabro, stuff that I've never heard of, and this one sounds intriguing. The Last Island, the last place for a new future. This is what it says on the front. Next up, we have The Dead Mother. And this is one of the new releases from Radiance Films. I'll continue to champion them. They are truly one of the most interesting new voices out there in curation. And this one is a world Blu-ray premiere. It says, Ismail breaks into a house and leaves a woman dead and her daughter traumatized for life. Years later, he sees the girl and, fearful she has recognized him, kidnaps her with plans to extract a ransom from her hospital. A gothic thriller with pitch-black humor that recalls the Coen brothers. The Dead Mother is a forerunner to the Spanish genre explosion and won a host of prestigious international awards. This is a new 4K restoration that includes a director commentary, but the restoration was supervised and approved by the writer-director Juanma Bajo Ulua. Uncompressed stereo 2.0, audio commentary by the director, A Story of the Dead Mother, a documentary on the making of the film. Victor's Kingdom, El Reino de Victor, 1989, 38 minutes, short film by Ulua, restored in 4K. Gallery trailer, reversible artwork sleeve, newly commissioned artwork, and a limited edition booklet featuring new writing on the film by Xavier Aldana Reyes. Limited edition soundtrack CD also included. So very nice package on this film. Again, like cult epics, this is another one. I've never heard of this film, and Radiance continues to do that with their stuff. This one is an all-region disc as well, so you can get this in the States or overseas. From 1993, 111 minutes. Very curious about it. As I said, Radiance is doing great work, and so everything that they put out kind of triggers a curiosity in me. Like, what is this movie that I've never heard of? And this director I've never heard of. You know, this is nice to be discovering stuff as far into my movie watching career, if you want to call it that, movie watching life as I am. This is always neat to get new stuff. So The Dead Mother is the new one from Radiance. I've got a few things here from 88 Films. We'll start with Taxi Hunter. This one I'm most curious about. I've heard good things about it. It stars Anthony Wong and is directed by Herman Yao. And it says, after his pregnant wife perishes through the actions of a careless and callous cabbie, mild-mannered Kin, Anthony, king of the Cat Threes Wong, declares war on the entire profession, and you don't need the knowledge to know he won't be leaving a tip. Directed by Herman Yao, who unleashed Ebola syndrome on an unsuspecting world, 88 Films are pleased to present this important treatise on public transport in a wonderful new Blu-ray edition. I've heard this is a little like Falling Down-ish, but it looks pretty intense and pretty interesting to me. It says the special edition includes a limited edition slipcase double-sided fold-out poster. That's a nice thing that 88 Films does that not everybody does anymore, is the double-sided fold-out poster. I know a lot of people like those. High-definition 1080p Blu-ray presentation, 185:1. Cantonese mono with English subtitles. Audio commentary with Hong Kong film expert Frank Zhang. Hunting for Words, an interview with scriptwriter and producer Tony Hung Hua. And How to Murder Your Taxi Driver, an interview with action director James Ha. Falling Down in Hong Kong, an interview with star Anthony Wong. Trailer, stills, gallery, reversible art, new design by Sean Longmore. So yeah, there's that comparison to Falling Down right there, but an interview with Anthony Wong himself. They've got the principals involved. This is a region A and B disc. This is definitely one I've heard of for a while, but have never gotten a chance to check out. So very cool that 88 Films is doing this, and they're doing a lot of Asian cinema, and they have been for the last several years. It's a nice focus for them. Taxi Hunter, definitely one I'm excited about. Next up, another one from them called Magic Cop. And this one is equally interesting to me. It is from 1990. After seeing off hopping corpses in Mr. Vampire, the great Lang Ching Ying, Enter the Dragon, Eastern Condors, faces a new supernatural challenge. Someone is using the living dead to smuggle drugs into modern-day Hong Kong, and only Lamb's Officer Feng, policeman, and Taoist master can stop them, proving the power of traditional Chinese magic in the process. Mixing comedy, action, and esoteric lore, Magic Cop sees the incomparable Lamb at his brilliant best. 88 Films are proud to present this gorgeously restored treat from the golden age of Hong Kong cinema. Sounds like Big Trouble in Little China territory in terms of mixing the supernatural and the comedy, but definitely sounds interesting. Again, limited edition slipcase and double-sided fold-out poster, 1080p presentation, 2.0 original Cantonese mono mix, and a master audio Cantonese home video mix, as well as a master audio English surround dub, which I don't think... Yeah, Taxi Hunter doesn't have a dub, so this is got a dub version if you're interested in that, and as well as a 2.0 English dub. Audio commentary with Hong Kong film experts Frank Zhang and Mark Walko. Taiwanese cut with alternate score, that's in SD. Interview with Tung Wei, and image gallery, reversible artwork, new artwork by Sean Longmore. Very cool. Yeah, this is another one that I've just never heard of, but sounds fascinating, kind of crazy, and just maybe something I could squeeze in October and get away with it, if you're with me. Region A and B disc. This is Magic Cop from 1990. Then we have Hardboiled 2, The Last Blood. And this is with Alan Tam and Andy Lau. This one is from 1991. And it says, when a high-ranking Tibetan Lama is wounded by terrorists, only a transfusion of his ultra-rare blood type can save him. Heroic Hong Kong cops Andy Lau from Infernal Affairs and Alan Tam from Armor of God must protect the unlikely donor Eric Sang from the assassins out to kill him. Shot on stunning Singapore locations, The Last Blood also features kung fu icon Lung Kar Yan, and from Hong Kong hitmaker Wong Jing, City Hunter and God of Gamblers, comes a fast-paced action thriller showcasing three of the genre's brightest stars. So yeah, Hardboiled 2 is mentioned there, but The Last Blood is emphasized as the title. I do find that interesting, that they're trying to tie it in with the John Woo film, apparently. Limited edition slipcase and poster, high-definition presentation, Cantonese mono with English subtitles, English mono, audio commentary with Hong Kong film expert Frank Zhang, English trailer, Hong Kong trailer, reversible cover with new design by Sean Longmore. Yeah, this is a Region A and B disc. These are all Region A and B. They all come with nice slip cases, and this one sounds more traditional, straight action than Magic Cop, but definitely intriguing, again, because these 88 Films Asian releases are films a lot of times I've not seen or heard of, Magic Cop being one of them, and I'm just out of the loop. So they're kind of providing me with an entree to certain kinds of cinema that I just have missed over the years. Lastly, from them, we have something called The Postman Fights Back, a Ronnie Yu film. This is from 1982, and it says, when Courier Ma, Lung Kar Yan, alongside three other mismatched allies, is sent on a mission to deliver the secret cargo to a rebel leader, he soon finds himself on a patriotic quest to save a country and himself. Also starring Chow Yun-fat, very cool. This historic Chinese action movie by Ronnie Yu, Bride of Chucky, Freddy vs. Jason, from legendary Hong Kong studio Golden Harvest, is sure to pack a powerful punch. This special edition includes a limited edition slipcase and double-sided fold-out poster again, high-definition presentation of the Hong Kong cut featuring original Cantonese mono with some English subtitles, export cut featuring English 5.1 DTS, and mono English mono with alternate score, audio commentary with Frank Zhang and director Ronnie Yu on the HK cut, and audio commentary by Frank Zhang on the HK cut, as well as an audio commentary by Stephen Hammond on the export cut, and an archive interview with Chow Yun-fat, as well as 2 archive interviews with Lung Kar-yan and archive interview with Ronnie Yu. That Fat Samurai Guy interviews Ronnie Yu, and original Hong Kong trailer stills, reversible artwork, and new artwork by Sean Longmire. Region A and B as well. The Postman Fights Back from 1982. Very widescreen, 239:1. I think the rest of these are all 185s. Yeah. So that's 4 new Asian cinema releases from 88 Films. Very cool stuff that I am hoping to dig into this month or maybe in November when you get through the horror stuff. Last, we have a couple of these releases from Unearthed Films. Fred Vogel's August Underground. And I don't know anything about this, except that it's, I think, got some kind of a reputation. It says, imagine walking down the street and finding an unmarked VHS tape. Curiosity piqued. You take it home and pop it in. What starts off as 2 men screwing around with a video camera quickly transforms into an ultra-realistic torture sequence where the unidentified psychopaths tape their exploits as they torment and violate a woman tied to a chair. The devastation of your morals continues throughout the entirety of the footage while subtly revealing the killer's shattered past via the interaction with their victims and each other. The most shockingly realistic portrait of serial killers in existence is Fred Vogel's August Underground. It sounds quite alarming. It looks to be shot on video, as it mentions. So it's kind of like a Henry Portrait of a Serial Killer, but like a snuff VHS movie version of something like that. Doesn't necessarily sound like my thing, but on the back here it says new original screener version, new audio commentary by actor-director Fred Vogel and Ultraviolent Magazine's Art Edinger, audio commentary by Fred Vogel with actors Aaron Labont and Ben Labont, audio commentary by actor-director Fred Vogel, audio commentary by The Killer. New 10 questions with Fred Vogel, new toe tag masterclass from storyboard to screen, new Dave Parker interviews Fred Vogel, new Dave Parker interviews Fred Vogel and Mike Watt, new revisiting the Revisiting Infamy, Severed Cinema interviewed Fred Vogel, Hammer to the Head, a closer look at August Underground on location, August Underground behind the scenes, behind the brutality, August Underground Too Real for Comfort, an outsider perspective, and an introduction by director Fred Vogel. So really stacked. If you're into this movie, there's a lot of great features here to be mined. And there's a DVD version as well as a Blu-ray version. And the DVD has many of the features that I mentioned, but not all of them. Yeah. The most disturbing film ever made, ? By Mike Watt, Rue Morgue Magazine. That's a quote. 70 minutes. Yeah, from 2001, it looks like. From Unearthed Films. Yeah, Region A, that's August Underground, Fred Vogel's August Underground. And then we have one more of these from the August Underground series. It's called Mordom. And this is the sequel to the cult classic August Underground, is a character study in the sick, an amoral, putrid fantasy. The found footage contained in August Underground's Mordom documents extreme deviant sexuality, torture, and murder while unfolding a classic tale of a man and woman in love. However, the woman cannot give up her other lover, who also happens to be her younger brother. August Underground's Mordom will vomit all over you and leave you for dead. All right. Yeah. Okay. So another shot on video looks a bit unpleasant, if I'm being honest. New 2023 transfer, new audio commentary with effects artist Jeremy Cruz and Ultra Violent Magazine's Art Edinger, audio commentary by Toe Tag, new Mordom Lives, new The Most Disturbing Scene, new Remembering Killjoy, new A Family Affair of Love and Hate, an interview with Michael Maggot, new Stephen Bird interviews Jeremy Cruz, new Art Edinger and Alana Sleeth interview, new Zoe Rose Smith interviews Fred Vogel, new Dave Parker interviews Fred Vogel, new Snuff Purgatory, Severed Cinema interviews Fred Vogel, Rue Morgue Disciple promo video, new Rue Morgue Disciple BTS gallery, deleted and extended scenes, US premiere 2003, new extensive photo gallery, new Sickness, a Necrophagia mockumentary, screening flashback weekend from 2004, Slit Throat demo, zombie demo, original animation, and this one again also includes a DVD as well. Not sure what to make of these two, but again, stuff from Unearthed Films in this case that I had not heard of before, and I'm sure that there's some curiosity from some folks out there about these. Anyway, that'll do it for this round of stuff from MVD. Definitely some things I need to dig into next month and maybe talk about again if I can get to them. But I wanted to show you them and let you know that they're available, and you can pick them up now. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.